Welcome to Redtastic. Story 1. I, 50 female, am married to my husband, 54 male. We have 2 children, my stepson, 26 male, and our daughter, 10 female. We live in a fairly decent home, and my husband and I are both co-providers in our home. I married my husband a few years after his divorce and moved in to be with him and his son. My stepson was 16 at that time. Everything was fine when I first started seeing my husband, but I soon realized that my stepson resented me. It was subtle at first, but then he became openly insolent, only backing down when his dad was there. He made sure I knew he disliked me, but I assumed it was just teenage angst, and that he was still trying to get used to having a new family. When he turned 18, he began staying out of the house a lot. But I never minded since he was with friends in the neighborhood. Within a few weeks of his late nights, I lost my job. I had been working at a small business organization as the customer service rep, and according to my boss, he had gotten so many complaints in the space of 2 weeks about my poor services from customers who wished to stay anonymous. We had a rating system, and I had maintained a rating of 4.5 stars out of 5 stars for years now, but it was down to 2 stars, and according to the company's policy, I had to resign or be sacked. I felt horrible for weeks because I had never had any altercations with any of the customers, and I was a few weeks pregnant too. My mental health affected my physical health, and I'd lost the pregnancy. My husband decided to check the reviews I got. He had his way with technology and he was able to go through it. That's when he noticed that there was something fishy about the reviews and the patterns they came in. Soon my husband confronted my stepson with his suspicion, and my stepson confessed that he had gotten his friends to send in those reviews during the past few weeks. I felt so betrayed by what he did, especially since he insisted he did nothing wrong. And it was his payback because I refused to buy the latest PS4 game for him. I couldn't buy it because it would have affected our monthly budget. He never apologized, and it affected our strained relationship. I only felt at ease when he left for college. My husband gave him access to his college fund for his tuition and accommodation, and sent him upkeep for 3 years, until we found out that he had dropped out after his first year and was using up his college funds for Ponzi schemes and shady businesses. A few days ago, my stepson called me for the first time since college, asking for a huge sum of money, which he said he needed to clear off his debt. I tried to find out how he got into such debt, but he dismissed my questions and kept asking if I could send the money immediately. I told him I couldn't because it was an urgent matter and I didn't have such an amount lying around. Then I hung up. He called again and insisted I had the money after all. I've been saving for his sister's college and she's not even 10 yet. What I've saved for my daughter's college fund isn't even up to half of the amount, but he kept asking that I send him the money because it will be years before she leaves for college. I told him that I wasn't going to send the funds to him because it was for my child's future and I wouldn't want to get involved in his shady business. He accused me of being selfish and even called me a gold digger, claiming that I had spent all of his father's money on myself and my child, and now his dad won't send money to him anymore. I picked offense at that and told him off immediately. I called him a spoilt man-child who was wasting his youth in Ponzi schemes, and told him that his father stopped sending money to him because he, my husband, found out that he had dropped out of college and had been deceiving us all along. Then I hung up on him. A few hours later, my stepson's mom called me and began yelling at me for refusing to foot his bills. I was having none of it and yelled back at her. I told her to stop calling my phone and that, since she's so interested in his debts, she should send the money to him. After all, she is his biological mom and has had years to save up, since she barely contributed to his welfare financially after the divorce. I blocked them off my phone after that. Now I don't know if I went too far and if I'm an a-hole in this case. Update. My husband found out that my stepson had been trying to get me to send my daughter's college fund to him to clear his debt. So he called his son and they had a showdown. Now my husband has warned him to never call me concerning his debts and that he should grow up and stop relying on others to always come to his rescue if he's going to keep making the same mistakes. You're not the a-hole, OP. I love how you refuse to enable his bad behavior and turn him down. Your stepson is an entitled a-hole, and with the way he's going, he's only going to end up ruining his life all by himself. I can't believe his mother called you to tell you to pay off his debt with your daughter's college fund. I love how you told her off. Do not get involved with him anymore. He's obviously a jerk and is only out to use you. I hope he changes for the better though, for his sake. Story 2. My sister has a 7-year-old who is occasionally in diapers. I'm not sure why. He wears underwear the majority of the time, but does have the occasional accident. He's also autistic, so it's more than likely something to do with that. I have a 9-year-old and 2 younger children, 4 and 2. My sister is staying with us while her apartment is having some things done. There was a fire a few floors above her, and now they've discovered a black mold issue. As most people know, it's very, very hot right now. My husband installed a rather large above-ground pool last summer, so all the neighbors' kids are constantly in and out of our house to go swimming. As such, their parents have been around helping us keep the yard clean and safe, and also cooking up barbecues. My sister and I have had issues in the past. She would request strange meals for him or ask that I don't breastfeed around him. Those have all been sorted though. The past few days, my nephew has been in diapers again, and my sister is now insisting I have the house be off limits until he's back in underwear. I refuse to. If she's so worried about him being seen, she can't keep him upstairs. It's boiling. And these kids deserve to do something fun that's not going to end with them getting heat stroke. She's really upset because he can't use the pool with his cousins and is missing out. But honestly, his needs and wants do not come above everyone else's. She told me I was being ableist and I needed to start accommodating him. I flat out told her no, he's not my kid. I have no obligation. Besides, none of the kids will even pay enough attention to point out his diapers. It's not that much of an issue. She's really upset, and my husband said it probably wouldn't be too much of an issue to keep the pool private for a day. So am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole, OP. She can get him some swim diapers that he can wear under his trunks. No need to change around your arrangements with the other kids over it. Sister is an a-hole for not asking you nicely if he can have a couple pool hours without the other kids, but instead insisting the house be off limits to the other kids. She needs to remember that it's your home and you're doing them a favor by homing them temporarily. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. She's requesting too much from you. And why is she asking you to not breastfeed around him? This is something natural and people should see this as a normal part of human life. She can always explain to him what this is, and if you don't do this around him, someone else will. Not the a-hole. While this sounds like a reasonable suggestion, it is unreasonable when added to the list of demands your sister has made. A whole day just for him, while your kids and everyone else's just watch is wrong. It's more reasonable to say an hour or 2 of private swim time, but not the peak usage either, much before or much after. As a parent with an autistic child who wasn't fully potty trained until 9 and didn't stop having potty issues until almost 11, you're not the a-hole. It's not on other parents to find ways to help the autistic child. There's nothing wrong with him wearing swim trunks with a swim pull-up underneath. She also needs to make him get out every hour or 2 to go potty as well, to help prevent accidents and to check his pull-up and make sure everyone isn't swimming with poo. It's on her to find a solution, not you. Story 3. So my 20 females sister 24 female is getting married in a few months to Kyle, 25 male. When she told me, I was ecstatic for her. She's really in love. For background, my sister and I have always been relatively close. Except for a bit after I came out as a lesbian at 16, none of my family supported me at first, including my sister. She asked me frequently if I was still gay, which sucked, but things changed and I thought the issue was behind us. When the wedding invites arrived, I noticed I did not get a +1 for my partner, Hannah. If it was a small wedding, I would have understood, but it's not. She gave all my cousins and her friends +1s, and I'm a bridesmaid. So I felt I should get one as well. It's important to add that my partner and I are serious as well. We have been dating for 2 years and we are moving in together soon. My sister has always been kind and welcoming to my partner too, so I didn't understand. When I brought this up to my sister, she said she only wanted people who were going to be in her life for the long haul to be at the wedding. I asked her if she thought Hannah and I were serious. She said no. I asked her if she thought my cousins, female's boyfriend, who've been dating for 4 months, would be in her life forever. She said you never know. I then got very angry because it was clear to me what was happening. I told her that she hasn't changed one bit, and if Hannah isn't welcome at the wedding, then I'm not going either. I caused a massive blow-up. I'm getting messages from my family and Kyle's family saying that I'm ruining the wedding, and that my sister has the right to decide who goes to her wedding. I'm now second-guessing my decision because I'm not sure if I did the right thing. I don't know if I should have caused so much drama before the wedding, and I'm kind of panicking that my whole family is going to hate me now. Hannah says she appreciates what I'm doing, but I should just go without her. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Hi all, I want to thank you for your responses and kind words. After talking it over with Hannah and doing a lot of thinking, I have decided not to backtrack on my decision, and I have decided to cut contact with the majority of my family. But really, your responses have helped me to think clearly, and thank you so much. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. If Hannah was a man, you would have had a +1. This is absolutely something you should stand firm on. Your sister is showing how she actually feels about you as a person. She doesn't respect you or love you for who you are. You aren't ruining her day. You are walking away from a toxic situation and standing up for the person you love and yourself. Don't second guess even a little. Not the a-hole, but please be sure that you are okay to face the consequences as you have mentioned. That you are worried the folks will hate you. Yes, they will. You're not doing anything wrong, but you want to keep peace and be with them, not because you should. Then move past this and turn a blind eye. Not that I recommend that, but if that is what you want. Not the a-hole. 2 things can be true at the same time. Your sister does have the right to invite whomever she wants to her wedding, just as you have the right to not attend a wedding where your girlfriend is being discriminated against. At some point, OP, you are going to have to decide if you want to continue having a relationship with your family. It doesn't seem as if they have truly accepted you. It seems more like they tolerate you and your girlfriend. Do you really want to be around people who only tolerate you?